Good evening, everyone. Welcome to PWOnlyIAS English YouTube channel. Please confirm whether the audio and video is clear. Nirupama Nandi, good evening. Anjali. Jai Hind, IPS V Lakshmi. Sakshi Badeka, good evening. I'm fantastic. How are you, Sakshi? Krishna Priya, good evening. Ujjwal Srivastav. Charanvandan from Champaran, Bihar. No need of it, Charanvandan. Let us shake our hands, dear. Keshav, good evening. Kamal, good evening. Ujjwal, no need of Charanvandan. Let us do Hastadana. Good evening. Ekta, good evening. I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Chanagidini Rohit. Happy Onam Ashwajit. Thank you. Vanakkam Nilesh. Good evening Akansha, Nene, Pinky Verma, MJ King, Neha, Praveen Kumar, Abhishiva, Mrugendra, Deepthi Rathore, Spurti Bhajantri, Anjali, Shafia Azri, Ishika Batra, Siddharth Verma, Parvati, Akshay B. Appu, Arun Kumar, Suraj Shah, Aman Pandey, Santosh, Muskan Mehra. I'm fantastic, Arun. Thank you for asking. How are you? Anni Basavaraj, Amrut Gowda. All right. हिंदी में थोड़ा बता दीजिए. अरमान अली, ये इंग्लिश चैनल है. Please understand. ये इंग्लिश चैनल है. This is largely for the English speaking audience. Please understand. Thank you, MJ. Chanagidini. Jai Ganesh. Okay, Arman, now you are doing what every boys and kids will do, spamming the chat section. In the last class, basically, okay, before we head on with that, this is my official Telegram channel, people. You can reach out to me over here. All right. Apart from that, this is an announcement. The PubAd English batch will be starting. The new batch will be starting from November, December. So those of you who are planning to take a PubAd, you may consider this. English means it will be 80% in English, 20% whatever is stuff, etc. that will be explained in Hindi. But other than that, be it the content, be it the PPT, everything will be in the English language. All right, people. Another announcement, UPSC Foundation courses in complete English, up to 70% off. We are giving this offer right now to with regard to the Teachers' Day. All right, keeping the Teachers' Day in mind, we are again giving an offer here. If you're aiming for 2026, this is your last chance to opt for Titan batch. Already the batch has started, maybe a little, like 1 week or something. You can opt for this. If you really want to give an attempt in 2026, this would be the thing. The price is only 6,999. And when it comes to 2027, if you have time with you and you're a working professional or you're maybe in your college, etc., then this is what I would recommend to you. 12,499. All right. So let us go through the topics first. So last time I had given you a PYQ and I told you that we will be discussing it this week. So we will start our discussion with a PYQ. Then the left out topic, defense technology, decoys. From polity, we have Supreme Court order on regulatory assets. From environment, we'll be talking about the biodiversity loss that has taken place in Western Ghats. Data for education and society topics. That is purely on the basis of data, how to build analysis and how to come to conclusion and how to use that data in different answer papers. This is the idea. All right. Science and technology. We will be discussing about sickle cell disease in detail. All right, people. So let us start with the PYQ. Last class I had given you this PYQ. Despite various measures, the criminalization of politics is on the rise. Critically examine its impact on democracy in India. So I told you how to start an answer, etc. last time. That is, you should look out for definitions. But before looking out for definitions, okay, Here we need to define criminalization of politics is on the rise. Then this particular term, critically examine its impact on democracy in India. Critically examine what's impact. Criminalization of politics impact on democracy in India. So you're going to critically examine this one thing here. Criminalization of politics. Got the point? In other words, comment, analyze, evaluate, examine, or critically evaluate. All these means one and the same thing. That is, you need to a topic will be given. You will have to comment on it. You will have to analyze it. You will have to evaluate it, examine it, critically evaluate it. What does it mean? 90% of the times or 99% of the times, it simply means whatever topic they are asking you, you need to talk about its positive. You need to talk about its negative. 99% of the time. That is what it means. Analysis means you need to see it from every dimension. All right. And every dimension means what? Positive, negative. That is the simplest way. But some topics will be there which will be either purely positive or purely negative. Now, purely positive topics is very, very, very rare. Very rare it is. Generally, most topics, if you see, it will be a purely negative topic where you'll have plenty to criticize. This is one such topic. So, criminalization of politics, when you talk about, you have to analyze it from multiple angles. Politically, how it will affect our country. Economically, how it will affect our country. Socially, how it will affect our country. Got the point here? So let us try to understand first criminalization of politics first. Before we start writing the answer, let us understand criminalization of politics and its associated terms. This much let us try to do it. Criminalization of politics refers to the rising entry and influence of individuals with criminal records in electoral politics and legislatures. While that means criminalization of politics means what? Criminals are entering politics. Simple meaning. Criminals are entering politics. That is what it simply means. But purposefully, I have added another definition here. This definition what I've given and ping, you need not add it in your answer. This is for your understanding. Politicization of criminals refers to persons with criminal backgrounds using political platforms to gain legitimacy and protection. Criminalization of politics means what? Criminals are entering. In electoral politics and legislature, criminals are entering. Politicization of criminals means criminals join a particular party. They become a member and then they use that identity associated with that party. That this person is a party's this thing, party's main funder, party's main this. They need not actually directly take part in the election, but they'll be there like a godfather, funding things, etc. So here it simply means, politicization of criminals simply means they are associated with a political party, as a result of which it gives them a cover. Cover in the sense, you want to go, that is, let us say now, Abhi is a IPS officer. Okay, Abhi wants to go and arrest a guy. His senior tells him, don't arrest him now. So Abhi is like, why? We have all the evidence. We have all the suspect, the statement, everything is ready. Why are you telling me this now, sir? So the senior tells him, there could be a very good chance that this fellow may win the election next time. He could very well, going with the current trend now, he could very well become the Home Minister of the state. We don't know. So just wait. Wait till the results are out. Possible. Or Abhi is about to make an arrest. The senior tells, don't do it. I have orders from the Home Minister that don't touch this person. You're like, but why? He's very serious. I mean, he's a very, what is a dangerous criminal. He should be actually thrown in jail. But then your senior warns again. No, he's the main funder of the party. You touch him, the government will collapse. So don't do it. You don't have permission now to arrest him. Hold on till you get further orders. Got the point here? So this is how it keeps going. So today we will see criminalization of politics we saw means directly they are entering into politics. The other one is they are associated with using political platforms to gain legitimacy or protection. Got the point? This phenomenon erodes the rule of law as accused persons become lawmakers, weakens deterrence and encourages impunity. Encourages impunity means what? Do whatever you like. जो मर्जी है कर लो. पूछने वाला कौन है? Simply means do whatever you like. Nobody is going to question you because once you become an MP or an MLA, it is very difficult to put a case against you, to initiate investigation. All these are very difficult. Governance suffers because decisions are often driven by patronage. Patronage means what? Favoritism. Favorite. Whoever is my favorite, I'll protect them. So if an MP or MLA is there who is having a criminal background, he will definitely protect what? His people, his gundas, his associates. Rent-seeking behavior. Rent-seeking behavior means whatever you have to do, you will have to what? Bribe. Got the point here? You will have to bribe. Protection networks rather than public interest. That is, these MPs or MLAs, they'll be more interested in protecting their clout. One best example I'll tell you for this. If you actually see most of the schools or colleges in our country, always we can see parents protesting why the fees is increasing. Engineering colleges also, if you look at our country, even if students are not there, the fees is still very high. You actually go behind almost all these private schools and private colleges, they will be owned and operated by whom? MPs or MLAs, not directly, through their relatives. Simple. They will try to protect their business, not our public welfare. It is not at all a difficult task to actually set up one decent school in a district. One school at least. One school per district. Let us make one school at least proper in one district. Hire the proper teachers, put proper infrastructure, train the children there properly. It is not a difficult task. Any government can do this. Minimum that much any government should be able to do. Otherwise, if you are not able to do that, then bloody, well, you just stop ruling and go. But why are they not doing it? And this is irrespective of political party, people. Please understand. Because ultimately, when you look into all these schools, all these so-called private schools or hospitals, you trace its origin, you find out who it is, you will ultimately come to the grand conclusion that it is connected. It is all connected to either a legislator in the state legislative assembly or a legislator sitting in parliament. Got the point? Voter choice gets distorted as candidates with money and muscle power overshadow credible contenders, reducing fair competition. Now again people will say, oh, criminals are there in this country, criminals. We are all responsible. We are all responsible because ultimately, how are our voters going and voting? Based on what is being offered. You offer me money, I will vote for you. You offer me alcohol, I will vote for you. You offer me mutton biryani, chicken biryani, I will vote for you. You offer me freebies, I will vote for you. Getting the point here? So each and everything, if you really see, we just go and vote for somebody who is giving us money or somebody who is from our caste or somebody who is actually from our religion. These are our criteria. There are even more worse people who will say that, nahi, I will never vote for a female. What is it? Rajniti mardon ka kaam hai. Simply means, when it comes to politics, it is the job of a man. Women should sit at home. I will never vote for a woman candidate. People have openly said this. Here itself, in the local elections here, councillor elections, what took place here? One candidate is there who will do always all the work. That is, he will bring roads, he will bring this, he will bring that, he will bring the, electricity, water supply, everything he will do. One entire area never votes for him. So to cover it up, he thought, okay, this time let me do all nice development work there so that I will get the votes from this area also. Even after doing the development work, the people of that area still voted for the opposite candidate. What is the reason? Caste. So what did the candidate, again, he won. He won even though that other area did not vote for him. He still won. So what did he do next time? The second time when he won, he decided whatever development I'm going to do, I will not do it for that area which didn't vote for me. I will only do it for the area where they voted for me. So clearly you can see the chalk and cheese difference. Because one area you go, you will find roads are smooth, everything is looking good, clean, everything is nice. Move a little away from there, you will find roads are bad, cleanliness is also low. This is the reason. Got the picture here? This is the way things work. All right. Administrative machinery weakens as policing and prosecution become politicized and officials face intimidation. That is transfer. See, let me tell you, if you're planning to enter into civil services or government services, prepare your mind for one thing. Ready to work anywhere, ready to get transferred. Make no mistake about it. Whoever told you this is an easy job, this is a very stable job, they were either people who didn't know what a government job is, which is the reality, or they were lying. The stable part is only part is that you get your income on time. IAS, IPS or any group A service you talk about, every 3 years you will get transferred. Keep it in mind. Be ready for that. Be ready for that. I will do whatever is the as per law. What will you do maximum? You're going to transfer me. Go do it. I don't care. That should be the attitude. Because once you decide to bend, okay, now first you took tucker with the minister directly. You do, sir, whatever you want. I am ready to get transferred. Now the minister is angry at you. But the moment you decide to bend, then the MP, the MLA, the party worker, why? Even somebody on the road also will come. Come on, do my work and give. I am this fellow's relative. Come do. We are paying you, right? Come do my work. This is how they will treat you. So it is not that if you take bribe, you listen to the politicians, you will lead a nice life. No, never. Math Curie, I understood. You are mentally retarded. Now please stop this and allow others also to listen to the class. Political parties prioritize winnability over integrity, blocking internal democracy and promoting candidates with dubious backgrounds. Public trust in institutions diminishes as citizens begin to normalize criminality in politics. Just a minute, people. The percentage of MPs with serious criminal cases has... 1 minute. So political parties prioritize winnability over integrity. Winnability means what? Who can win? Got the point? Who can win? So ultimately, any criminal if you take, they'll be having money. Got the point here? They will have money. They will ultimately what? They will ultimately take it up and they will give it away to whichever party will support them. They'll give it to that party. Party gets their funding. And most of the money what these criminals have, they are actually what money? Black money. Why do you call it black money? Because this money is basically, it is from illegal activities. Illegal activities means what and all could be there. The most simplest example is tax evasion. But as far as the criminal is concerned, it is mostly to do with prostitution, drug trafficking, gun running, kidnapping, extortion. Getting the point here? All this is involved there. Got the picture? So, from all this activity, they generate money, crores together. Crores. It goes to any political party. Whichever party is ready to fund them or field them. Party is getting their funding. This person will be kept as the candidate. They become an MLA. Once they become an MLA, then their next target is become the MP. Once they become the MP, their next target is minister. Once they become the minister, you and I, we are done. We will get very bad policies. We will get very bad decisions. Got the picture here? Mining. See, mining is not exactly an illegal activity, right? Fusic. It is not exactly an illegal activity. Got the point here? Now let us see. So for example, now like I told you last time, when you are remembering data, either you remember the values or you should at least remember whether it has doubled, tripled or whatever. So what have I done here? Percentage of MPs with serious criminal cases has more than doubled between 2009 and 2024, and nearly 1/3 of MLAs also face serious charges. That means we are talking about 33% MLAs with serious charges. More than doubled means easily what? A more than 100% increase in the number of criminal MPs between 2009 and 2024. Hafta, extortion, Rajesh Kumar, Hafta. Oi, give me 10,000. Protection money, that one, that nonsense. That is called extorting. Getting the point here? That is extortion. The judiciary has mandated disclosure of criminal records, struck down provisions that allowed convicted legislators to retain seats, and insisted on publicizing reasons for parties giving tickets to tainted candidates. Judiciary has asked what and all? Judiciary has basically said, first disclose all the criminal records of whoever is contesting election. Struck down provisions that allowed convicted legislators to retain seat. That is, if you are convicted, you cannot continue in your MLA or MP seat. And insisted on publicizing reasons. That is, political parties should give a reason in the event they are going to give tickets to tainted candidates. What do you mean by tainted candidates? These are candidates who are having criminal record. Got the point here? Now let us look into some judicial cases. Judicial cases, why it is very, very important. Judicial cases are very much necessary if you need what? Marks in your paper. ADR 2002, that is Association of Democratic Reforms. That is like a civil society organization. And then PUCL. That is also another civil society organization, some civil liberties or something. PUCL 2003. In this verdict, 2002-2003 verdict, Supreme Court said voters' right to know mandatory self-disclosure of criminal cases or educational qualification or assets through affidavits. Parliament's attempt to dilute was struck down. That is, mandatorily you should tell educational qualification, assets that the MPs or MLAs own, and criminal cases against them. Mandatorily. What did the parliament try to do? They tried to dilute this ruling of the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said nothing doing. This is the first ruling given again by the judiciary to reduce what? To reduce criminalization of politics. Lily Thomas 2013. Instant disqualification on conviction. Greater than or equal to 2 years. In other words, if a minister or an MP or an MLA is given punishment for a crime, it is found guilty of a crime and is punished for more than 2 years, means a jail sentence has been given for more than 2 years because the crime was something very serious, maybe murder, maybe rape, maybe something big, very large corruption, anything it can be. At the moment they are given a punishment which is more than 2 years, automatically what will happen? Automatically there will be instant disqualification. Struck down RPA, Section 8, Clause 4, that let convicted legislators keep seats pending appeal. struck down Representation of People's Act, Section 8, Clause 4, that let convicted legislators keep seat pending appeal. Means, normally what happens is, when a minister slash MP slash MLA let us say they are convicted by the lower court or a special CBI court, whatever. They are convicted, where their punishment is, let us say, more than, greater than, or equal to 2 years. As soon as they are convicted, what is the next thing that they will do? They will file an appeal in the High Court, which will easily take some 5 to 6 years. After the appeal in the High Court, let us say High Court also punished them. High Court also said, no, this person should be punished. Afterwards, it will go where? Appeal to Supreme Court, which will take another 5 or 10 years. From there again, you can go for what? A review petition. Review petition simply means, so when you make an appeal to the Supreme Court, let us say initially a 3-judge bench listen to your case. Now you are sending it for a revised petition. You are asking to review the judgment of the Supreme Court. It will go to either another 3-judge or can even go to a larger bench, another 5-judge. Generally, it will go to a 5-judge, which will again take time. True, Ekta? Here 10 years, there 10 years, then another 5 years, then another 3 years. By the time the conviction comes out, if this person was, let us say, 45 years old when he committed the crime, by the time the punishment actually comes out, more than 20 years will be over. There is a very good chance that this guy will die before that. Earlier, this used to be the process. Now, after the Lily Thomas judgment, end of the story. Once the lower court gives you the punishment, you file appeal, you don't file appeal, you are disqualified. You win the case, you prove it in a court of law, you file all your petitions, etc., you are disqualified. Getting the point here? Taking it further forward. Public Interest Foundation 2018. Court said it cannot bar candidates at the charges framed stage. Urged Parliament to make a strong law. Ordered wider publication of antecedents. Read that once again. Court said it cannot bar candidates at the charges framed stage. Ask the Parliament to frame the law. Can anybody tell me what is this connected to? Anybody? This is actually the content for your 130th Amendment Bill. Court said it cannot bar candidates at the charges framed stage. Charges framed stage simply means case has been filed. Or in other words, in legal language, it means FIR registered. Charges are framed means nature of crime committed. Who has framed this? Maybe CBI or vigilance or police against the concerned MP or MLA. Got the point? Against the concerned MP or MLA. Clear? So, they have filed a case. It is yet to go to the court. It has not gone to the court. Only the charges have been framed. Whether it will go to the court or not, that is a secondary question. I have told you, Adarsh Housing Society scam. A CBI director. He investigated the case. He, in big trunk boxes, he filed all the evidence, filed the charges, that, this, everything. He submitted in the special CBI court in Mumbai. It is lying there. All the evidence is lying there. The case is yet to start trial in the court. Imagine if you were the officer, the amount of dinners, the lunches that you missed out with your family, the amount of Saturdays and Sundays you sacrificed to collect all the evidence, question the witnesses, threaten the suspects. After doing all that donkey work, case is not yet gone to the court. I mean, trial is yet to start. Got the point? You worked hard, you worked sincerely. What is the result that you got? Zero. You got zero result because your effort is still lying there in the CBI special court in trunk boxes. Trial is yet to start. You came back from your deputation. You continued with your remaining service period. You got retired. You are staying happily now in your home with your wife, etc. Case is still there in the trunk box. Got the point? This is very much possible. So, now the court basically in 2018 said at the charges framed stage, we cannot bar any candidate. If you want, you pass a law. Judiciary asked the parliament to do it. And that is the bill that the parliament has presented now as the 130th Amendment Act. Got it? Ram Babu Singh urged Parliament to make a strong law, ordered wider publication of antecedents. Wider publication of antecedents means what? Past or history of candidate. Got the point? Now, Ram Babu Singh Thakur 2020 and Contempt 2021 tightened compliance. Parties must publish reasons for selecting tainted candidates, not winnability, on website or newspapers or social media within set timelines. Judiciary has said this. Why have you chosen a criminal candidate? What is the reason? Not their winnability. Other than that, what other reason is there why you chose such a candidate? Publish the details in website, newspaper, social media. Supreme Court has ordered. Despite these efforts, candidates cannot be barred at the stage of charges being framed and trials often stretch on for years. The Representation of People Act 1951 provides for disqualification upon conviction, disclosure of criminal antecedents through affidavits, penalties for false declarations, and restrictions in cases of corruption, government contracts, or election expense defaults. Let us see Representation of People Act. Section 8. Disqualification on conviction for specified offences. Disqualification for corrupt practices. Conviction for specified offences. Certain offences are there. If you are convicted under it, murder, rape, for example, by default you will be barred, disqualified. For corrupt practices also you can get disqualified where the president will disqualify after consulting with the Election Commission of India. Then Amritpal Singh, how can he contest the election and become MP? Again, he became an MP because the charges framed, he is still in jail. Agreed. These are only Supreme Court's orders. Just because Supreme Court ordered, by default, every political party should listen to it, there is no law. There is no law. That is the reality. There is no law which says that every political party now should listen to the Supreme Court. What if they don't listen? What if they don't listen? Then Supreme Court should take suo motu action against the political party presidents. Correct? Respective political parties presidents. BJP's party president, Congress's party president, Aam Aadmi Party's party president, etc., etc., etc. Will judiciary do that? Will they go to that level? First question is that. Second question. Now, why will judiciary interfere again when people have elected a criminal? Forget Amritpal. Take any other pal. When the people have elected, who should have the better sense? Okay, this guy is a criminal. I shouldn't vote for him. Who should have that sense? People. The people vote, then what is the whole point? Getting the point here? Section 998, disqualification for dismissal, for corruption or disloyalty, for government contracts. 9 and 9A directly to do, again, other than corrupt practices also, there is properly for corruption, that is with regard to government contract, etc. Anything you do for that also, you can be disqualified. Getting the point here? That is just, ignore it. Section it is basically. That symbol. Don't worry about the symbol. Ignore that. All right. Disqualification for failure to file election expense accounts. If you don't clearly show how much is your expense, again, you can be disqualified. Disqualification arising out of conviction or corrupt practices, that is periods. Periods means the time period. Time period means if you are disqualified or you are convicted for more than or equal to 2 years. See, sometimes a person can be involved in murder, can be involved in corruption, maybe not directly but indirectly. Depends upon how much is their involvement in it. Depending upon the crime can be lesser. I mean, the punishment can be lesser, maybe 1 year, 1.5 years, etc. or even 6 months. Keep reading. That is the only thing to do. Read with Rule 4A in Form 26. Mandatory affidavit disclosing pending cases with charges framed and past convictions. Penalty for false statements in affidavits. Alright. So these are the sections. Why are we discussing these sections? These sections are something which you will have to remember, my dear people. 8, 9, 9A, 10A, 11A, 33A. You will have to remember it, no other go. Audio, visual learning. That is what I would suggest here. Because repeatedly, this question has been coming, this topic is coming in GS paper 2. Mains. So you will have to do it. Got the point? Proposals have been made to disqualify candidates at the charges frame stage in serious offences. With safeguards such as fast-track trials, but these have not yet been legislated. I mean, various proposals have been coming where they are saying charges framed stage itself, they should be disqualified. And then keep fast trials, fast trial courts, fast-track courts are there. Fast-track courts means, simply means, fast track. Fast-track courts means these courts will only look into one case at a time. One case at a time. Every day that case will come up. A recent bill seeks to ensure that if a prime minister, chief minister, or minister is imprisoned for a set period, their office would fall vacant, although their legislative seat would be governed by existing law. That is prime minister, chief minister, whoever it is, any minister, if they have been jailed for a considerable period of time, automatically that office will fall vacant. Minister level, state or center. They have been jailed for, let us say, 60 days. Automatically, they cannot continue as prime minister, chief minister, or even any minister at central or state level. Got the point here? One minute, people. Just a small correction here. Okay. 1 minute. I forgot to add one thing over here. Charges are framed. 1 minute. This is actually done by the court, not by the cops. 1 minute. I forgot to add that. CBI Vigilance Police, they will, case has been filed, FIR is registered, etc. Then the next step is charges are framed. Whom? By the court. Court, how will they frame charges? Looks into the evidence submitted. And generally in such cases, court will basically use the term prima facie. In other words, prima facie simply means, at the first instance, when I looked at the evidence, the case seems to be having merit. That is, whatever case has been filed either by the CBI, vigilance, or the police, there is merit in it. So definitely court has framed the charges. Means now it will go for trial. Prima facie. But generally what happens is, now after this, court finds, okay, frames the charges. What is the next step? Court frames charges. Then it will go for trial. That trial can take anywhere from 5 years to 20 years also. And this is again minimum. Got the point? This is how it works. The issue persists because tainted candidates often have higher win rates. Political parties see them as valuable for elections, and there is no legal bar before conviction. First instance, prima facie means when you look at it the first time. That is, you are not going into the depth of it, but whatever from the given evidence that is submitted, when you look at it, it makes sense. You are yet to hear. That is, you found that the evidence submitted by the CBI, etc., it has merit. So what do you do now? Okay, these things, these are logical. These are not some ill-framed things. Correct phone call details, bank details, etc. So much of transaction, etc. has happened for which there is no explanation. You frame the charges. Now the case has to go to the court. Where in the court, the same question will be asked. Why these things? Prima facie, first instance. That is what it means. First time when you see it, what are you feeling? Getting the point here? Moving on. Other democracies. Now, this is the other thing that I told you. First, you should talk about the punishments what we have. So, how have we done it? We talked about various court rulings, where you don't have to write every court ruling, just the main ones. 1 or 2 if you write enough. Then again, a few sections of Representation of People's Act. That also you did. Now you need solution. What is from where we will take the solution? We will take it from other democracies. Other democracies have stricter or alternative mechanisms. In the UK, MPs lose seats if sentenced beyond a year. and can face recall petitions. That is, you can recall the MP. Recalling the MP means, hello, you come back. You are no more an MP. Go, you come back. We will put somebody else there. That is what recall means. Depends again, Rohit, because ideally, if a PM removes like that, ultimately, if the next PM is happy with the Council of Ministers, the same thing will continue. But generally, when the PM goes out, CMOM also goes out. That is why we will say they swim together and sink together. Yaman Paneri, you want to get banned or something? I will oblige you. Whoever is creating trouble here, we will ban them. Simple. 1 hour, 2 hours are there, and we have to discuss so many topics. And on top of it, I have to babysit all these Amul babies. In the US, a criminal record does not automatically disqualify, but expulsion is possible by a 2/3 vote of the House. So US, it is little difficult. UK, it is automatic. More than 1 year you get punished, you are taken out, plus you can bring back the MP. USA, 2/3 of vote is required in the House. In China, party discipline expels tenured officials before they reach senior roles. Very simple. China and all, it is straight away. They will straight away give you capital punishment. Because only one party is there. Only one political party. So you're being corrupt means you're going against the party. You go against the Communist Party of China, you're done for. Lakshmir, that is not at all the topic under discussion here. That is another whole set. Executive being responsible to the legislature. It is whole 0 hour, question hour, adjournment motions, privilege motions, no confidence motion, through CAG reports, through public accounts committee, through the various committee on public undertakings, finance committees, etc. So that is another discussion altogether. You're asking something which is strictly not being discussed here. All right. Articles and sections are both same. I didn't understand your question, Venkatashi. The way forward includes legislation to prevent entry of tainted candidates at the charges frame stage for serious offences, strict enforcement of affidavit disclosure rules, strengthening of special courts for speedy trials, and greater accountability for political parties that field such candidates. Greater accountability is required. Transparency in campaigning finance and civic awareness can create pressure on parties and voters to favor clean candidates. This is way forward. So way forward again, either you can go for such general statements and then give these as examples. For students who basically tell me, sir, my English is weak, these are generalistic statements. And then you give example that this is what is happening in UK. This is what happens in China. This is what happens in USA. That way you can give your example and the answer. Got the point here? Transparency in... Okay, that is done. Criminalization of politics undermines democratic foundations, and breaking this cycle requires a mix of strong laws, fast justice, political reform, and public vigilance. One point what they have forgotten is what? The point that they have forgotten is people should become more sensible in voting. But here again, critically evaluate question means only giving the polity part will not suffice. You will have to say how this affects socially, B, economically. This much, this angle. Can anybody tell me socially or economically, how will it affect? Economically or socially, can anybody answer this? Then can anyone from that party can become prime minister? Yes. Yes, anybody can become. It is not necessary. See, PM is getting, the seat is getting vacated. It is as same as the Prime Minister, let us say, expired. Prime Minister expired. So they'll bring a new Prime Minister. If that Prime Minister is happy with the same Council of Ministers, it will continue. Otherwise, a new set of Council of Ministers will come into the picture. You need not conduct any election because it is ultimately my discretion. If I become the Prime Minister, it is my discretion. Whom will I choose actually choose as the next ministers in my cabinet? It's my discretion. And again, it depends. It depends again on that individual, what type of polity we have. Everything matters here. Got the point? Crony capitalism. Very good. I will agree with that point. Crony capitalism. More corruption. More black money. This is highly possible. Economically very less. Not right. Socially what? How socially? Politics, socially people will lose democratic rights. Not exactly. So don't need to think to that level and all. You will have more riots in the country. Communal / tribal. Criminal activities will increase. Then substance abuse will increase because any criminal you talk about, they will encourage what? Cigarette smoking, alcohol consumption, drug consumption. Got the point here? So this is the analysis what you will give. So the same question, if it comes in a society paper, you will give more importance to social aspects there. How the nature of crime, other things may increase. Same question comes in economics paper, you will be talking more about this. Polity, largely you will talk from polity angle, but because it is a critically evaluated question, you will also mention 1 or 2 points under these headings also. Got the point here? Because see, a criminal, when is he valuable? When is he valuable politically? When there is always trouble. Getting the point here? When always there is trouble. Because only when trouble is there, he becomes valuable to solve the trouble. If everything is going very peacefully, it is a fantastic place, it is very good in governance, or the people are very intelligent. Why do I need a criminal there? Why do I need a criminal to get elected? Got the picture here? As simple as that. Absolutely, Siddharth. Rowdy culture, smuggling, agreed. Agreed, Pallavi. Now let us come to the next topic, which is decoy. Decoy. Decoy actually means, it is generally used in the military parlance. Simply means something which seems to be original, but it is not. It seems to be real, but it is not the case. Let us try to see this now. In modern warfare, deception has advanced in line with the increasing precision and lethality of weapons. Increasing precision and lethality of weapons. What is deception here? Deception means to deceive. To cheat. Deception has also increased along with the precision and lethality. Lethality means dangerous of weapon, danger of weapons. As platforms like fighter jets, tanks, and warships have become more advanced, so have the methods to shield them from detection and attack. Traditional battlefield tricks have now merged with digital technologies, creating decoys and countermeasures that confuse or overwhelm enemy sensors. These decoys create doubt, waste enemy ammunition, and buy time for real platforms to evade or retaliate. Decoys are now seen as strategic assets as important as actual weapons. During Operation Sindoor, the Indian Air Force is believed to have used the X-Guard fiber optic towed decoy on its Rafale fighters. This Israeli developed system is AI enabled and forms parts of the Rafale's electronic warfare package. While the IAF has not confirmed this, former US pilot described it as the best instance of spoofing and deception he had seen. There is still confusion over whether any Rafales were lost in a May 7 strike in Pakistan. Reports suggest that Pakistan Air Force missiles may have hit trailing decoys instead of real aircraft. There will be never a question will come in UPSC connected to one political party. Never you are going to get such a question. All right. Now, what is this whole thing about? We remember now Mr. Shahbaz Sharif, giving away awards to the military there. For what God Almighty knows. According to them, they destroyed S-400, they destroyed even Rafale. And even our dear opposition also, Rafale has been destroyed, Rafale has been destroyed. They are also going on telling. Government is silent on it. Military is also pretty much silent on it. They are not exactly revealing what happened here. But one former US Marine, he actually spilled the beans. And what is the beans here? This is your Rafale. This is a fiber cable. Very strong, very durable. Connected to this is this projectile called X-Guard. What does it do? So generally, you have what is called as a radar screen. Circular it will be. This beam, it's a beam of light which will keep moving 360. Now it is pointed in this direction, but this will keep moving. As it moves, let us say it finds the Rafale, which is again not easy. So it spots the Rafale. A radar will clearly tell you this Rafale is traveling at what speed and at what distance. Let us say this is the Chinese radar gifted to Pakistan for free. Now the idiots sitting in Pakistan, they will think, oh wow, we are able to spot the Rafale. Let us now put a missile and let us get it killed. Missile will go, it will hit the Rafale. They all start celebrating. Yay, we destroyed Rafale. In reality, what has occurred is, they have only destroyed this X-Guard. Entire electronic system here, using AI, this X-Guard will mimic it. Mimicking it simply means, in the radar, this X-Guard, in the radar, it will show as it is Rafale. In the radar, it will show as Rafale. What would have only happened? The missile only would have gone and hit this. So like this, what we did was, we took all our, not even 10% of our ammunition we used. Alright, not even 10% what we have in our hand we used. So we took our Rafales like this. These people kept on firing their anti-aircraft missile, etc. to all these X-Guards. Once they understood that, okay, all the missiles of Pakistan is over now, then we gave them a taste of the Indian masala. We then took out their radar station, took out their airfield, destroyed their runway one by one. We just picked it up one by one, taking our own sweet time. We just fired it and we came back. Just to give them a taste of what it would be if you go out for a war with India. That's all. We just gave them a taste. Got the point here? Because understand, we are talking about Indian Army, Indian Defense Forces here. If we lose one of our soldier also, we are not Pakistanis to say that nobody died. We will give that person full military honors, we will respect their family and we will support them completely. Even when the opposition is telling how many Rafale we lost, automatic question should be there now. Okay, if a Rafale is lost means then where is the pilot? Oh, pilot ejected out. Okay, then where did he eject out? Where are the pieces of the Rafale? Do you think if one Rafale also would have fallen on Indian side, or one Rafale would have fallen on Pakistani side, do you think Pakistan would have kept quiet? They would have brought the images and shown, see, this is Rafale, we got Rafale. They were all shown holding pieces of what, maybe a missile or something, correct? Missile parts, like some small missile parts they are found showing. See, this is Rafale, which is not Rafale again. We neither denied it, we neither accepted it. We are like, oh, okay, you got Rafale. Oh, wonderful. Even more better part is Pakistan awarded their air force. But in fact, Shahbaz Sharif Astali, इन्होंने S-400 को destroy किया. Lying through the teeth means, I mean, I don't know, man. What they are eating early morning, God knows. Clear? So this is what we have used. X-Guard fiber optic tau decoy. No surprises here. Developed by Israel. AI enabled. Got the point. Again, Mr. Rahul Gandhi had filed a petition in Supreme Court telling that give all the details of the Rafale. What and all features are there? I want to know. Supreme Court told. These things are not something which you will make public. See, I have this system with me. Because you make it public, your enemy also will get to know what is the system that we have. Got the point here? The PAFs. Chinese J-10C fighters with PL-15E missiles reportedly struggled to differentiate between real Rafales and decoys, with several missiles locking onto the X-Guards. So much for the China technology. China is this, China is that. See, you develop any technology, you should be in a position to test it first. Whether these things work or not. Chinese radars, Chinese missiles, just like any other China product. If it works, it will work. If it won't work, it won't work. But when it comes to a mobile phone or TV remote, we can easily exchange it. There is a buyback offer. Correct. You can exchange and get the new product. In the midst of a war, you cannot tell, your radar is not working. Please take it back and give me a new radar. That will again take time. Got the point here? Chinese media had to portray that Pakistan has won. China-funded news agencies around the world had to portray that India did a shoddy job in Operation Sindoor. Why? Because when you talk about defense equipments there, Chinese defense equipments are produced largely by Chinese-owned companies. That is government-owned companies. Their share market prices will come down. Israeli, French, all these Russian, their value will go up. So China went on marketing very nicely, telling that it was Pakistan who did a great job. China even forced Pakistan to start giving out awards and rewards to your military personnel, so that it should look like they did a great job. Got the picture here? The FOTD weighs around 30 kg. It is retractable, reusable, and mimics a Rafale's radar signature, velocity, and electronic profile. That is, electronic profile simply means the image what you see in the radar screen will be very similar to what an original Rafale is. You will never get to know whether it is Rafale or whether it is an X-Guard. This is the reality. Clear? It can even copy the Rafale's onboard countermeasures, making it look real to both human operators and systems. That is, whatever that is, from the Rafale, if I press a missile, what a missile button or a missile is there inside Rafale, the X-Guard will also show it has a missile. So for a human operator also, if he sees, he will think, okay, it is Rafale only. That sort of a foolproof system they have managed to create. French jet, Israeli system, collaborated together, we have a beauty in our hand. Got the point? It works with the Rafale Spectra electronic warfare suite, forming a layered shield with onboard defenses and trailing decoys. That means the original, the real Rafale's signature means, see, signature can be two things. One is basically what any aircraft when it is flying. All right. It will have what? An infrared radiation. Because it is having heat, it will emit it. That is protected. You cannot sense it. Then what is the next thing? You send in a wave, a radio wave. It will hit the metallic body. It will come back. That also is shielded. That means it will look as if the real Rafale is inside a protective shield. And what is trailing it? The X-Guard will resemble the Rafale. This one is protected. The missile will come and take it out. Let them take it out. Who cares? After Operation Sindhu, After Operation Sindhu, India is reportedly fast-tracking more purchases of the X-Guard through emergency procurement. Got it? Moving on. Similar systems include Bright Cloud on Eurofighter Typhoons and Gripens and the AL-50-55 series on the US Super Hornets. Now let me tell you. Specifically, I have kept it like this. Sir, should we remember Bright Cloud on Eurofighter Typhoon and Gripens? Like that we should remember? Remember the name only. That is, what is this associated with? Bright Cloud is the name of what? It is the name of the decoy used. This is the name of the decoy. Used on Eurofighter Typhoons and Gripens. That is names of two aircrafts. The next one is the ANAL-50-55 series, which is also what? That is also a decoy. Just like your X-Guard. You can easily get question in your prelims. That is, which among these following terms were in news recently? X-Guard, Bright Cloud, ANAL-50-55. Statements. These are terms associated with cyber warfare. 2. These are terms associated with new generic medicines. They can give it like that. UPSC doesn't want you to go deep down into defense technology, but at least at a surface level, you should know what these things are. Got the point here? Some of these systems are also adapted for drones like the Israeli Herons and US MQ-9 Reapers. And even for drones also you can use this. On land, armies have long used decoys like inflatable tanks, fake artillery and heat emitting dummies. Inflatable tank, you know what it is. The original tank is there, right? The original tank, which will be generally green in color. Machine gun here. The long barrel gun here. The same thing, this will be probably in metal. But then what I will do is, I will make a balloon. And I will pump air into it. When it is inflated completely, it will look like a tank only. From very far, the coloring, the texture, I'll make it pakka. So from far, it will look, oh my god, 100 tanks are coming. All are balloons. Got the point here? The purpose of these decoys are basically, I want the enemy to waste their ammunitions on these. So that now I know where your position is and I can take you out one by one. How do I say it in Hindi? Chun chun ke marunga. One by one, I'll pick you. See, you cannot actually stealth technology right now with the Rafale. It has a very low radar signature. It is not that you can, it is not completely non-detectable. No, you can still detect it. Getting the point here. Rafale's wingspan, its overall body, etc. When you see, it is not something which is totally undetectable. You can detect it still, but very, very low. Very, very low. And purposefully, if I want the fighter jets, etc. to get confused, I will use a X-Guard also behind it. So that even if they are going to detect, they will only detect the X-Guard. Clear? See, even if the enemy watches the class also, please understand, they are going to use Chinese ammunitions. Understand here one thing. Israel is providing us the technology. You cannot beat Israel in that front. Got the point here? These are Mossad, etc. These people are trained to kill a person without even, informing the world. They are actually capable of that. So forget all that. An enemy can only get to know Israel did this, Israel did that. What is the technology behind it, principle behind it, that never Pakistanis are going to get to know. Please understand, they don't have the brains for it. On land, armies have long used decoys like, fake artillery, heat-emitting dummies to mislead enemy surveillance and waste their precision-guided weapons. Such tactics have been seen in the Gulf War and the Ukraine conflict. With drones and loitering munitions common today, ground decoys have become highly advanced. What does that mean? Loitering munitions. Loitering. Loitering means what? Just hanging in there. You're just standing there and you're just watching only. You're not doing any other job. You're just standing there and watching. You're not doing anything. Or you're just simply moving there. Left, right, center, forward, etc. Why? Again so that the enemies will send in what? Their anti-missile systems. So anti-aircraft or anti-missile systems are there, na? Basically, you have your radar. All right. Which will be sending signals. I have small drones. A swarm. I send this up. Radar will detect. As the radar detects, what it will do is it will send in missiles to attack these. It is attacked. I will again send another swarm. Again missile goes. Because these all are automatic. Radar will detect them, missiles will go. Then eventually these missiles will become finished. It will get over. Next what? Once it is over, what will I do? Now I will send in the original proper aircraft, which will send in the missile to destroy the radar station. What is the cost of a small drone? Maybe 10,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, depends. What is the cost of one Rafale jet? Close to $100 billion. Sorry, $100 million. $100 billion. 130, 180 million to 120, $130 million it can be. Along with the systems, everything easily $130, $150 million. It is untouched. So I will keep sending these drones, these small aircrafts, etc. I am sending it purposefully so that what happens? Enemy systems can be brought down. That is why, henceforth, you will be basically seeing more of drone warfare. Got the point here? So that is what some of my friends, I have already told this earlier also. My friends who are in the military, when I call them, etc., especially my brother also, they were telling, we are launching missiles, we are sending missiles, etc., and they are throwing spoons at us, bartan at us. I am like, what do you mean? They are sending all outdated stuff. All outdated stuff. We are hitting them with a hammer means they are throwing a spoon on us. They are hitting us with a spoon. We are drilling them means they are tickling us. We are scratching and ripping them off. They are doing massage for us. This is how it was. It was a highly unequal war. Highly unequal war because the systems and technologies what we had, just 10% of it we had used. Pakistan immediately started calling. Enough, 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 enough. Stop, 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 stop. That is the reality. Got the point here? Loitering munitions are aerial weapons that combine the features of a drone and a missile. They can loiter or stay airborne over a target area for an extended time before striking. This is the second thing that they can do. One is to stay in the air simply for a very long time. The other is stay, and finally what you know? One or two will be there in this. Who are actually like your kamikaze drones. Kamikaze. Kamikaze was a word that got developed during Second World War. What do you mean by kamikaze drone? They are like suicide drones. That is when the Japanese fighter pilots, when they knew that, okay, their aircraft is damaged, nothing more is there they can do, they'll crash their aircraft into maybe a US battleship or a UK's military station or any one place, any military base of the enemy. Go crash it, blast it, destroy it. US soldiers and pilots were like literally confused. What sort of behavior is this? Because normally what any pilot will do is what? Eject off. Correct? Not the Japanese. Japanese didn't know the meaning of what? Surrender. So what they will straight away do is go crash it. Got the point? Same thing here. That is, among these loitering drones, 1 or 2 will be there which are kamikaze. Missiles will be when busy targeting these means 1, 2, 3 will go over. They'll go targeting this. Imagine. Suddenly these drones were initially staying there, doing that sound, like that. How these insects will make that with that sound they're standing there, they're standing there. As the missile starts about to lock and fire at them, they make a beeline. Beeline means go straight and attack the radar stations. End game. No radar, how these missiles are going to work then? Radar is destroyed. Now how the missiles will work? No use. Now you'll have to remove the missile, bring a new radar station, integrate the radar with the existing missile, ensure that the softwares will match. All these new headache you have. Got the point here? They are designed to identify, track and destroy targets such as tanks, artillery positions, radars or bunkers with high precision. Unlike conventional missiles that must be launched with a predetermined target, loitering munitions provide real-time flexibility to strike emerging targets. One of the biggest advantage. I have told to you this already. Missiles when you talk about generally, you have the cruise missiles. Then you have the ballistic missiles. Cruise missiles, like I told you, it is generally for a short distance. Just like the fielder in a cricket field, if you imagine. Inner circle, just outside the circle, fielders are standing. Ball comes. Batsman tries to take a quick run. The fielder grabs the ball, throws the ball. When they throw the ball is going as close to the ground as possible with very high velocity. Because the purpose is what? As fast as possible, it should hit the stumps. The location is perfect. That is, either you throw to the keeper or you throw to the bowler. There is a proper target is there. And with fast precision, you throw it. Correct? As close to the ground. That is your cruise missile again. That means it has a preset target. You have to give the latitude. You have to give the longitude. Both you have to give. Only then it is going to work. Got the point? It stays very close to ground. That means you cannot detect it. Not at all easy. Got the point here? You have to give a location, and then speeds can be very, very high. It can be supersonic. Like your BrahMos. I told this earlier also. We had accidentally test-fired a BrahMos missile inside Pakistan. Accidentally. Now, how accident it will happen, God Almighty knows. I told this earlier also because it is not possible. You have to give a location for it. That missile which landed inside Pakistan, it landed where? It landed inside an area where there was no human habitation, no animals, nothing. Not even one army post was there, nothing was there. We told that, oh, it was a mistake. Sorry, it was an accident. For people who keep asking, where is the support for India? Where is the support for India? India has done surgical strike inside Pakistan, Air Force strike inside Pakistan, missile strike inside Pakistan, and now Operation Sindoor. Did India face any backlash anywhere? I'm telling you, we will have a full-fledged war. We will have it. But a full-fledged war to the point where Pakistan will become history. Karachi will be taken out. Karachi will be taken out. Lahore will become totally, to rebuild that city, they will have to wait for another 100 years because that will be the time they will take the Katori and go about begging. That is pretty much sure. Their airfield, oil field, etc. Basically, we will block it. where not a single ship will be able to enter into Pakistan for export or for import. Indian Navy will be standing there telling whether they can enter or not. That is the future. Take it from me. Got the point here? I don't believe it was a mistake also, because let me tell you, when you read between the lines, you will understand this. We did this test firing, so-called accidental firing. Within a same week, we signed a deal with the Philippines, where Philippines bought a huge consignment of BrahMos missiles from India. Unconfirmed media reports say that before we actually signed the deal, Philippines asked whether BrahMos will be detectable in Chinese radar. Now, what is the best way to know it? Test it. Where to test it? Inside Pakistan, because Pakistan's entire radar system is provided by China. Tested it, game over. Next comes ballistic missile. Ballistic missile is like your fielder who is standing near the boundary line, who throws a ball up high. Why? The distance should be covered. Ball has to reach somewhere near the keeper, somewhere near the bowler. That much is enough. Not necessary that it should reach exactly that spot. What matters is the distance. This is how a ballistic missile will go. And therefore, a ballistic missile, once it gets launched, everybody will get to know. Because most of these ballistic missiles go outside atmosphere to cover the distance. Got the point here? That means if I want to actually, that is India tomorrow decides, okay, Lahore needs to be destroyed. They decide to launch the Agni 3 or Agni 4. Agni 3, Agni 4 is not needed, but still, let us say it is launched. Agni 3 or Agni 4 goes and launch. I don't care whether it falls on Shahbaz Sharif's head, or whether it falls on Munir's head, or whether it falls on ISI's headquarters, or inside the swimming pool of Shahbaz Sharif. We don't care, as long as it lands in Lahore. Because a ballistic missile, generally, if you see when it is launched, it will be having payload. Payload means what is the ammunition that it is carrying, the explosives that it carries. It will have enough payload with it to destroy that entire city. Where it falls doesn't matter. Got the point? But here again, I have to give a location. Still, I have to give a location. Not so precise, but yes, I have to give a location. Here, it should be pakka precision, it should be. No changes. Getting the point here? But why to waste all this? Why? That is why I told you, we didn't even use half of the stuff or 90% of the stuff what we really have. Only few things we used and Pakistan started shivering. Got the point here? They are often called suicide drones because the munition itself is destroyed in the attack when it dives into the target. These systems can be man-portable, vehicle-mounted, launched from larger platforms depending on their size and payload. Means you can launch it from anywhere. You can launch it from a ship. You can launch it from an aircraft. Even I can launch it. Remote. Got the picture here? In India, both state-owned defense organizations and private industry are working to develop indigenous loitering munitions as part of the push for self-reliance in defense. The Defense Research and Development Organization has been developing systems like Alpha-S, air-launched, flexible asset swarm, and other autonomous platforms with swarm capability. Swarm of bees. Pack of wolves. That is how you describe something. Swarm of bees means when you have more than one bee together, you call it a swarm. Similarly, a swarm of drones means multiple drones. Multiple drones. That is the new trend now. So when you have multiple drones, just like how I've told you in this diagram here, what it means is in these drones, outside it will all look the same. But in that, few will be there, which are actually what? Suicide drones. And how many of such numbers could be there? Well, Humble estimate, maybe 20 to 50 or 100 also it can be. If I want to destroy multiple things, 100 swarm drones, I put it at the top. They are just standing there, making that wee sound. Then without any warning, 25% of them goes in right direction, another goes in the left direction, then another goes down straight. Destruction, total destruction. And because these swarm drones, again, another thing is, they are so small in size, sometimes they can't be detected in the radar. End game. Some Indian loitering munition systems are equipped with electro-optical and infrared sensors for surveillance and target acquisition before attack. Electro-optical sensors. That is basically vision. To see what is there, what is not there. Infrared sensors to find out where these missiles are kept, where the radar is, etc. Because like I told you, any body which has heat will emit infrared. Right now I am standing here. I am emitting infrared. This camera is emitting it. This light is emitting it. This fan here is emitting it. Every electronic equipment which is connected to power and is switched on, all of these will what? Emit radiations. Clear? See again, let them invite, right? Utkarsh. Let them invite. Who cares? Understand, we are yet to come out of this whole Gora complex. If the white man approves, only then we are good. Seriously? We are still in that colonial mindset. White man has not approved. The white man has not approved. Bhaad mein jaane do. They are still yet to figure out that after doing potty, you should wash your back. That they don't know. They still know only to wipe it. You want approval from such people who don't even have this level of cleanliness with them? Do we really need their approval? We can't make our own path or what? Simple. Let them call Munir. Who cares? Let them invite him for dinner or whatever it is. Ultimately, we know what is President Trump's intention. He wants his Nobel Prize. That's it. Nothing else. He wants the credit that he stopped the war, which is not true again. Got the point? Indian Army has inducted limited numbers of loitering munitions through imports, including systems from Israel, but is gradually moving towards indigenous options. All right. In 2021, the Army contracted Indian private firms to supply loitering munitions capable of carrying warheads of around 1 kilo to 5 kilo with endurance ranging from 30 minutes to 2 hours. 30 minutes means they are in the air, loitering there for half an hour, or up to 2 hours just standing there. Vehicle-mounted versions can carry heavier payloads, extend operational range, and support missions against 45 targets. Vehicle-mounted means placed on a vehicle, and you can carry it wherever you want. Loitering munitions can operate individually or in swarms, where multiple units coordinate to overwhelm enemy air defenses. Their advantages include low cost compared to guided missiles, ability to cancel an attack mid-flight if the target is unsuitable, and minimal collateral damage. No human beings will be affected here. Got the point? No human beings will be affected because drones again will be operated by whom? Air Force officials only. They'll be standing, they'll be like, okay, this much damage is enough. Come, let us bring it back. That is also possible. India is testing and refining swarm drone technology integrated with loitering munitions to prepare for future high-intensity conflicts. Again, different systems. Alpha S, developed by DRDO, India. 1 hour it can loiter, small warhead. Ranges up to 100 kilometers. Even from an aircraft, you can launch this. Alpha S. Nagastra 1, Solar Industries, India again, 2023. 30 to 60 minutes, 1 to 2 kilo warhead, range is 15 to 20 kilometer, man portable, precision strike with abort capability, can return if not used. Vehicle mounted loitering munition, India private firm, Army 6 contract in 2021. We don't have its details. Getting the point here? We don't have its details. Harop, it's an Israeli drone. Endurance. Now here comes the beauties, the real beauties, where Indians are trying to, struggling to reach 1 hour, struggling to reach 60 minutes. Israelis are like, Bhaiya, tumse na ho paga. Hum hai na. And they come. 6 to 9 hours, Harop can just sit there watching you. Range. 1000 plus kilometer. That is easily we can target Shahbaz Sharif, Takla head. Anti-radiation loitering munition designed to destroy enemy radars. It is anti-radiation. What is this anti-radiation? See, if I want to destroy a drone, all I have to do is what? Send in one laser beam to it. Why laser beam? Lasers can increase the heat. And drone technology means inside it has got very delicate circuits it will be having. Little temperature if I increase there, circuit will get burned, drone will fall down. Not Harop. Alright, not Harop. Sky Striker, Israel, Elbit system, 1 to 2 hours, 5 to 10 kilo warhead, 40 to 100 kilometer. Silent electric propulsion, precision strike, recoverable if attack is aborted. Warmate, which is from Poland. 70 minutes, 1.4 to 5.7 kilogram, 30 kilometer range. Lightweight, man-portable, modular warhead options. Anti-tank fragmentation, used largely to destroy the tank. Alright. Repeat, sir, one. What is there to repeat? Developed by DRDO. Alpha is air-launched, flexible asset swarm. Flexible means you can send it, you can bring it back. 1 hour only it can stay there. Maximum in the air. After that, you'll have to bring it back because either its power will not range beyond that. Small warhead 1 to 2 kilo. Range is only up to 100 kilometer maximum. Swarm enabled. That is swarm enabled means like a collection they can go together. Like how bees will come. Honeybees. Can be launched in large numbers from an aircraft. You will have to remember them. Rohit. At least you should know the name, which country it is. These details you can forget. And at least this much you should know. In India, when it comes to range also, maximum is 100. And the others are again, loitering time is also maximum up to 1 hour. That's the way you try to remember. Not that, oh my God, I need to. The tension box, how he will take this up. Oh, I need to buy her told this. I don't know what to do. He will get tensed. That intelligent one fellow will be there. Who is good, but slightly 420. He will look at it and he'll be like, okay, Alpha SS from DRDO, fine. Nagastra vehicle mounted, okay, these are all private, leave. Maximum 1 hour, maximum 100 kilometer. Swarm technology is there. Okay, man portable, precision strike, then up one is swarm. End. He will end it, he will turn the page. You may get a question only with regard to what? Indian assets are all made by DRDO. Wrong. All has endurance capability more than 1 hour. Wrong. They have a range more than 1000 kilometers. Indian. Wrong. Got the point? You look at the data and then try to remember it. See what is the odd one. What is the pattern there? That is called using logical reasoning. Find the pattern. Alright. Here also 40, 100, 1000, 30 kilometer. Again, countries will matter here. Harop is Israel. Sky Striker is Israel. War made Poland. Because that is something which we will not even guess. That from Poland also we have bought a drone. Got the point? Russia systems that simulate entire armored formations. Ukraine has used wooden and 3D printed fakes. And the US has trialed decoy vehicles to fool anti-tank missiles. That is simulate entire armored formations. Armored formations means all your tanks, Battle tank is there, right? All those tanks, it is simulated. Simulated means in the radar screen, it will look, oh my God, so many tanks are the Russian tanks coming in this direction. In real, when you go and check there, nothing will be there. Wooden and 3D printed fakes. Made out of wood, they will paint. Tank, jeeps, etc. 3D print, connect the parts, keep it there. It will look like real tank, real jeep, etc. But only on screen. When you go there and see it only, cardboard. 3D printed cardboard it is. No use. Got the point? And what is US doing? Trial decoy vehicles to full anti-tank missiles. Decoy vehicle means, like I told you, they'll be made of metal, everything. They will even resemble a tank, but it won't be a tank. China too has invested heavily in ground camouflage and deception. Ground camouflage. Camouflage is something which a chameleon does. What does a chameleon do? Changes its color depending upon the surrounding. Something similar to that, to gel with your environment. For that, China is developing technologies as well as deception technology, cheating technologies. In April 2025, the Indian Army sought decoys for its Russian origin T-90S SK tanks capable of mimicking real dimensions, thermal and sound signatures to fool drones and missiles. Navies also use decoys like floating shaft, acoustic emitters, and offboard deception systems to protect ships. One of the most effective is the Nulka active missile decoy, developed by, again, Australia and the US, which mimics the radar of a much larger vessel and lures enemy missiles away. It will mimic what? A larger vessel. And it will keep dragging the enemy missiles away from the original target. So you can control it. They are moving based on a control. There is a person. It is almost, you've been to a wedding, right? Any wedding these days, I don't think there is a single wedding where they don't use a drone camera. So children will be running along with it. When the camera goes behind, kids will run. They will run behind. Then again, when it comes forward, again they'll run forward. What is happening there? There is somebody who is sitting there. One fellow will be standing there and he is operating the drone. He is creating all those, shots from the top. The camera will come in a sweeping motion. It will come down and shoot the bride and the groom. All those shots he needs to take. Same way. Only difference is a trained Air Force officer will be behind all these drones. Some can be totally AI enabled. Totally AI enabled. That means no need of a person sitting there also. Maybe one officer will be needed to look actually whether all the systems are working or not. Individually, you need not handle anyone. Clear? Across the air, land and sea, decoys have become critical in warfare. For a relatively small cost, they provide highly effective protection. Any doubts here, people? Supreme Court order on regulatory assets. The Supreme Court has given an order. Let us try to see what it is about. Supreme Court has directed SCRCs. What are SCRCs? They are State Electricity Regulatory Commissions. First, so 4 points they gave. Clear. By ideas not yeah, you can correct V shots with this. So if you don't connect it, then how are you going to remember, Mr. Anshul? You want to remember anything, you will never be able to remember things individually. When you connect and study, you will remember it like a story. You can recall it. That is the point. Titan watch any offer, sir? Wonderful. No, sir. All clear. Decoys, mobility. Mobility means how they can be mobile. Either they can be battery powered, solar powered, or maybe Largely it will be battery powered only because filling it with fuel and all is not an easy thing. Largely battery powered. That will help them stay airborne for quite some time. Clear existing regulatory assets within 4 years. Liquidate any new regulatory assets within 3 years. Cap regulatory assets at 3% of a DISCOM's ARR. Prepare transparent recovery roadmaps and conduct intensive audits for non-recovery. Many terms and terminologies you will find here. That is, what do you mean by regulatory asset? Then, what do you mean by ARR? Alright, so let us see them. Regulatory assets represent unrecovered revenue gap of DISCOMs. Regulatory assets means what? The unrecovered revenue. That is where you are supposed to collect 100 rupees. I am only collecting 97. What is remaining? 3. That 3 rupees is what? Unregulatory asset. Sorry, regulatory asset, not unregulatory. Regulatory asset. I repeat. 100 rupees you are supposed to collect. But you collected only 97 rupees. What is remaining? It is short of minus 3, correct? This minus 3 rupees is called regulatory assets. This gap arises when the average cost of supply exceeds the annual revenue requirement. Cost of supplying electricity is more than the revenue generated. That is what it means. It means what happens because of this? DISCOMs. What are DISCOMs? Distribution companies. That is the companies that distribute electricity. They will be running at loss. ACS is the cost of supplying 1 unit of electricity. ARR is revenue from tariffs and subsidies. Whatever revenue you are generating. Example, if ACS is 7.20 per unit and AR is 7 unit, the gap is 0.2 per unit. On 10 billion units, it will be a shortfall of 2000 crore. People may feel, okay, 7.2 rupees is the cost of supply. You got 7 rupees, so only 0.2 per unit you are losing. That's not a big amount, you may feel. But when you calculate it for 10 billion units, that amount comes to 2000 crore. 10 billion units means maybe you are providing it to a large city like Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai. Instead of raising tariffs immediately, SCRCs allow DISCOMs to record this gap as a regulatory asset, recoverable later with interest. This is what is happening. State Electricity Regulatory Commission. Now, who is managing it? SERCs actually are managed by state government. So, SCRCs will always tell what? Keep the tariff. Tariff means the price of electricity. Less. Why? Vote bank. You increase the electricity price, you are not going to win the next election. Guaranteed. And what are they telling to the DISCOM? Whatever is your gap, show it as a regulatory asset which will be recovered later with interest. Reasons for the ACS ARR gap include tariff not reflecting actual cost. Not reflecting actual cost. Like I told you, you cannot increase the price. DISCOMs, even though these are private companies, they cannot increase the price without the permission of SCRCs. They will not allow prices to be increased. Delays in subsidy payments from state government. So state government actually provides electricity subsidy, right, to farmers. Who should be paying to the distribution companies? State government. Never paid on time. Sudden rises in fuel costs. International prices of coal, natural gas, etc. That can actually, again, increase the cost of supply. Examples of regulatory assets. Punjab, 2003 to 4, 487.10 crore gap, 150 crore converted into regulatory assets. Delhi, 36,057 crore for BSES Rajdhani, 22,040 crore for BSES Yamuna, and 8,226.87 crore for Tata Power Delhi. Tamil Nadu, 89,375 crore. Got the point here? Consumer impact. If Delhi Discoms recover their dues in 4 years, they must collect 16,580 crore per year. With Delhi's 30 billion units annual consumption, this adds to 5.5 per unit. Consumers face lower tariffs in the short term, but higher future bills with interest, carrying costs. State, SCRC manages the rates. No others. See, only pick and choose. I am giving these numbers largely because some people maybe they will find this 487 easy. Some people may find 36,000 easy. Some people may find 89,375 crore easy. It depends from person to person. Got the point? If I have given you 3 datas here, 3 examples here, you need to remember only one. Write only one. Because ultimately understand, in a GS paper 2 also, the maximum marks what you have is 15 marks. 15 marks means 250 words. That means 3 pages. Where you will write intro for at least 25 to 30 words. Conclusion also you will write for 25 to 30 words. That is 50 to 60 words. That means easily half of the page is over. Remaining portion only you should give the body. In that body, 1, 2 or 3 points will be associated with data or proper examples. The other will be the analysis and to give solution. Got the point here? And yes, this is not where you read it once and you will remember it. Until and unless you're already practicing yoga and you have just achieved highest state of nirvana or something, where in a single reading you will remember things. For UPSC, there is only one rule. Read and repeat. Keep reading. That is the only thing to do here. Other than that, nothing else to do. It is not about the more number of references. Same thing again and again and again. So basically what will happen now, for Delhi also, if you want to recover this money here, what you saw, this money if you want to recover with interest later, money has to be recovered. From where it will be recovered? From the consumers. So consumers today they may pay short rates. Future they'll have to pay high rates. Absolutely. It is left to you, Adarsh. Discom inquiry. Persistent regulatory assets causes severe cash flow problems, delayed payments to generators, and higher borrowing. So this will lead to borrowing. This will lead to what? Power cuts, load shedding, all of that. These people won't be able to invest in any new technology, any new, efficient form of energy generation. Not mugging up. Harshita, you have to read it again and again. That is what it is. Again and again, you have to read it. What they want to convey majorly. Anshika, that first itself, see, understand UPSC's answer pattern, you won't develop it in a single go. Please understand that. It is only through practice that it will come. And that is why my job becomes important here. Because I have to tell you how this is interconnected. Because now where is this interconnected with? See, if the discoms are all are cash strapped. Cash strapped means what? What is the meaning? No money. Why no money? Because whatever money they should get, they have all been converted to regulatory asset. What will happen because of that? We cannot run powerhouses. We cannot run industrial houses. We cannot run factories. Small, medium sector enterprises, even they won't be able to run. You cannot have storage facilities for your fruits, ice creams, vegetables, juices. they will get spoiled. So overall, what is happening to the economy? Economy will go down. Wastage will increase in the economy. Job opportunities will decrease. This is what you are going to put. This triggers reduced ability to invest in grid modernization, renewables, and better consumer services. This triggers a vicious cycle of debt inefficiency and financial stress. Solutions to bridge the ACS ARR gap: tariffs must be aligned more closely with actual costs. Provide targeted subsidies to protect vulnerable groups. That means blindly don't give subsidy. To everybody, don't give subsidies. Subsidy should be given based on whether they deserve it or not. Ensure timely release of state subsidies. That is, the state is planning to give free for something. State should give the money to the concerned companies on time. Adopt automatic fuel cost adjustment mechanism to reflect price changes quickly. Whenever fuel cost increases, price also should automatically increase. But won't happen here in our country, because if this happens, people will go bonkers. Conduct annual true-up exercises to reconcile projected and actual cost. True-up means whatever is your projected cost and actual cost, what it is. Every year you have to conduct the exercise to find out what is the real cost that is involved in supplying electricity. So true-upping means you would have given projected cost a little lower always. Increase it and match it with the actual cost. Regulators must enforce discipline, transparency, and timelines so regulatory assets remain exceptional, not routine. Supreme Court's intervention emphasizes financial discipline and coordinated reforms to keep electricity both affordable for consumers and sustainable for discoms. Control system, you are too early to start. You please enter into college, then you will understand this. What they will ask in interview. Okay, I will tell you to the concerned team. Biodiversity loss. Species, birds, animals, plants. Nilgiri pipit. Grassland steep decline. Nilgiri sholakili endemic. Nilgiri laughing thrush endemic. Malabar lark. Grassland steep decline. Strobiolanthes flowers gives Nilgiri the name Blue Mountains. Answer this, please. Nilgiri pipit, Nilgiri sholakili, Nilgiri laughing thrush, Malabar lark, Strobiolanthes flowers. Agreed. B, only 3. Sheetal Jha 2. Adarsh B. One question may come. Who knows? 4 birds. Answer according to the option here. Arun Kumar. What is the option? Correct answer is actually, I had given a very wrong question. Don't worry. All the four are birds actually, except the Strobilanthus flowers. This is your Nilgiri pipit. This is your Nilgiri Sholakili. I think this has become very, very rare. To spot it even in Western Ghats, it is very difficult. All these bird species are endemic or rather seen in Western Ghats. Nilgiri Sholakili, Nilgiri laughing thrush, because it makes a very peculiar sound actually. This is your Malabar lark. The last one is Strobilanthus flowers, what we call in Malayalam Neela Kurinji. Neela Kurinji maybe in Tamil. So this is the reason from where Nilgiri gets its that blue mountain. Why it looks blue or maybe whatever, bluish purple in color. It is because of this flower. It blooms only once in 12 years. Once in 12 years only it blooms. After that, it doesn't bloom at all. Then again, after 12 years only, it again blooms. Got the point here? Grasslands have shrunk by 80% from 993 square kilometer to 201 square kilometer. So 80%. I always tell you, some numbers with 80%, try to remember them. Say for example, 81 crore people dependent on government of India for food through ration. 86% small and marginal farmers. 80% loss of grasslands. Western Ghats. More than 80% informal sector. Workers. 86% illiteracy at independent. Got the point here? I was able to recollect this, right? Just like that only. If I want now, I'll add one more thing now. More than 80k. K is 1000. So 80,000 crore. Regulatory assets in TN discoms. Now it is difficult to remember. Is it difficult? One number, slowly tinkering with it, but for different heads. Got the point here? This is how you do it. This is called smart preparation. That is the difference between the people who are clearing it and the people who are not clearing it. You should have a very high level of logical reasoning ability. People with very high logical reasoning ability, they will always find a pattern. They will always find out, okay, this one is an odd man. Pull it out. That is what is required. Because like, let me tell you, your job from day one to the last day of your life as a bureaucrat will be to sit with reports. 100 page, 200 page. So these days you are having AI, etc. But imagine in the good old days. Good old days, you again had to read through these documents, quickly see the facts, pull it out, and based on that, you have to give your conclusion. How do you do? Got it? %90 decline in relative abundance of grassland birds. 53% of forest birds relatively stable in the last century. Period studied late 1800s, early 1800s, and late 1800s bird specimens. So basically, biodiversity decline is happening in Western Ghats. That is the conclusion from here. Got it? Data for education and society topics. Just data part. So this is a data given to you. All right. What is data here? Data is how many people are opting for private education. Pre-primary, 2018 it was close to 12%. 2025 also 12%. That means change is 0. Primary, it was 16 initially, then it became in 25-23. Increase is by plus 7. Middle school level, 22 became 30 plus 8. Secondary, 30 became 38 plus 8. Higher secondary, 27.5 to 37, 9.5. Based on this, can I come to this conclusion that people opting for private education is increasing? Can I come to that grand conclusion? Because look at the data here. 7% increase at primary level, 8% increase at middle level, 8% increase at secondary. Higher secondary level, it is the highest, 9.5%. National Food Security Mission. You think only 21 crore people are having ration card in this country? So that means, according to you, who said that 21 crore ration card holders? So according to you, more than 130 people are not are having eating food well, sleeping well. They don't need ration card at all. Is it so? Do you really think so? 130 crore people are bindas. They are living their life. Think about it. Rural area, 23 became 33. In rural area also the increase is plus 10. Urban area the increase is only by plus 8. That means rural has overtaken urban when it comes to what? Opting for private education. This clearly portrays what? People's trust on government school, government-led education is on fast decline. Even poor people are actually opting for what? Private education today. Got the point here? Now again, rural boys increases by plus 9. Rural girls, it has increased by plus 12. Percentage again. Urban boys, we don't have clear value, but overall it is being said that the increase is plus 6. Urban girls, it is by plus 10. What is the positive impact here? West Bengal, percentage in private tuition 75. Odisha 57. Bihar 52.5. Jharkhand 40. National average is 27. Tripura, the highest, 79% actually opt for private education. Manipur, it is around 48. No clear trend we can establish from here other than the fact that now everywhere, even poorest states or states which don't have that high level of income, even they are opting for primary or private education. Clearly shows state-run education's quality is on the downhill. Region or state, percentage in private tuition, Odisha, West Bengal, Tripura, 34. National average is 12. Tamil Nadu, which actually takes pride in its midday meal scheme, its educational parameters, etc. MBBS admits who attended coaching. 99% of the candidates who entered from Tamil Nadu into MBBS course, 99% of them had taken coaching. Repeat candidates, that is exam attempts, people who have given attempts greater than or equal to 2%. 2% maximum comes from where? Who have attended coaching. Again, it's because coaching mafia is there. It's nothing to do with coaching mafia or anything. It is just that there are too many youngsters applying for limited seats. So automatically it will be very, very high. Government school got really perfect, then my private should run. See, that is the point, right? But can everybody afford it? Getting the picture here. See, one of the biggest challenges in our country is education, costly. Why? Private is valued more than government. Health, again costly. People trust private hospitals more than government hospitals. The only thing when it comes to government is other than that, everything that is run or given by the government, nobody trusts it. Getting the point here, because again, when you join here, you can be part of the same inefficient system. All right. What about PPOR students of villages? I didn't understand PPOR. See, obviously, government jobs means UPSC only, right? Sickle cell disease, we will leave it for the next class because that is a very big article. It will not get over. I'll have to even touch on genetic technology and DNA. So, any questions you may ask now? What's the solution for this? Lohit Tanmay. Solution is only very simple. Every government should start prioritizing education. That is the only option. And unfortunately, let me tell you, the best example for that is again the state of Kerala when it comes to education. Number one is the state of Kerala. I am not telling this, but people who are gone there, the informal sector especially, migrant laborers from the states of West Bengal, Assam, etc., many of them who have settled in the state of Kerala, their children actually speaks fluent Malayalam because they are going to the school there, government schools there. So when they were questioned, why have you sent your child to a school where Malayalam is being taught? So they said, we are okay with it. Because it's not just Malayalam my child is learning. My child is learning science. My child is learning maths. I cannot imagine this happening in my state. My child is going here and it is good quality school. Ours in our village, we don't even have a proper hospital which is like this, which looks like the school here. So that is there. That trust is there. But having said that, that is only till up to the 12th level. Afterwards, when you see the general trend there, again the whole coaching industry, all that is applicable even to the state of Kerala, just as much as it is applicable to any part of the country. Because we have that many youngsters here. And obviously the competition is high. Automatically what will happen? People will opt for the coaching academies to ensure that they clear the things in the first go. Education ratio, Ishika, I am hearing it for the first time. Literacy ratio simply means to what extent people have basic literacy. That is, literacy means to learn to read and write a language and to sign your name. Read and write any one language. That is the point here. So very recently now, Kerala has become again the 100% digital literate state. Means what? The people there knows how to use apps, how to use online, having their own Facebook profile, how to apply online, how to file something online, how to make payments online, how to make a complaint online. It is now the first 100% digital literate state in the country. Education, I am not sure. I'm seeing it for the first time. What basic thing which leads to success in UPSC exam? Aryan Suryakant Shirode. And if I knew it, means I would have told you. I would have done it myself. Trust me, I would have done it myself. But if you ask me why I didn't clear, that I can tell you. Why I didn't clear. So on that level, let us start. So very first attempt, went and wrote mains. Very first attempt. But that was the year when the whole pattern changed, 2013. So when I cleared the prelims, I became a little too overconfident. First attempt, overconfidence was a little on the higher side. Overconfidence was high. Personally, I am talking about it. That is, I feel like I know this, I know that. So data-based preparation or drawing maps, schemes, none of this was there in my answer. All right. Later attempts, burden of failure started piling up. First attempt, okay, didn't clear. Then automatically now the thought starts. Oh my God, what if I don't clear? What if I don't clear? In prelims, etc., especially when you go to the exam hall and you're sitting there with that thought, oh my, what if I don't clear? What if I don't clear? And you start hyperventilating. You will mark who is the first Prime Minister of India. You will mark Mahatma Gandhi and come out of the exam hall. Evening after everything is over, when you open the paper, you will be like, what the hell, which idiot marked this? Then you will realize, me, I. That is, I can easily tell you, on a rough average, 17 to 33. 17 to 33 questions I have made it wrong in UPSC prelims where I actually knew the answer. With each failed attempt, my hyperventilation, my anxiety, my trauma, all that was going up. All that was climbing up. Not blaming anybody here. But again, parents also, if they have not prepared for UPSC, even they will not understand this journey. They need not understand also, because what they are only seeing is what the society sees now. Nobody will actually give you any respect or value. You go to any function, wedding or whatever, anywhere you go, they'll ask, what are you doing? That look they will give. You also don't have the guts to say anything, because what are you doing? Other than that, you're failing repeatedly. One thing you're doing properly in your life is failing repeatedly. What are you going to tell? That I wrote an exam and I didn't clear the prelims. I wrote an exam and I didn't clear the mains. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody cares. They just want to know. They're basically asking to know, you're on that same level only. You're doing that same thing only. You're still being a failure. You're still a failure only. Oh yeah, I just wanted to check that. You're not doing anything good in your life. Well, perfect. Continue like that. So this is what, this was the next thing. Number 4. Ever since 2014, I've always been getting these teaching assignments. Always getting these teaching assignments, one after the other. But I always used to say, no, UPSC preparation I have to do. Full time, if you do only, then you are going to clear. I also believed in that same nonsense. So kept on doing the preparation only. Very rarely when somebody comes and asks, just come and teach. Because we are running short of people here. Just come and teach. So then, okay, out of friendship, relationship, whatever, I will go and take a few classes. But again, when they call me to somewhere far, come here, come there, I won't go. I'll say, no, I cannot come. So like I have told it earlier also, everybody wants the good-looking girl in the class. Everybody is behind her. But there is that one silent girl sitting behind you who is in love with you. That is what was happening. I was behind UPSC. Teaching was always sitting behind me and calling me, come, 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 we will go together, come. There is a future for us. And I was always like, Achipo, I used to friend zone teaching. So when you don't have financial independence, your confidence will go for a nosedive. Trust me, when you don't have money, that is the worst feeling in the world. The worst feeling. $450 worth watch, Armani watch, I bought for my father from the Hong Kong airport when I was working as a marine engineer. I didn't even think twice. When I just asked, I just looked at the watches kept in display there. I saw this one because it was black in color. It was completely, not black also, grey, black, a very rare sort of a color it was. Straight away I asked, what is the price of that watch? She just told me it's for 50. First she said it in Hong Kong dollars or whatever. Then I said, how much is it? It is in US dollars. It's $450. I said, pack it up. Didn't even think twice. During preparation phase, I went to a watch showroom, Titan showroom. And there I saw this very beautiful watch, Titans, automatic watch. Priced something at around 8,000 rupees. So I took the watch and I was looking at it. Beautiful watch. I was looking at it and I was like, what is the price of it? And he said 8,000. I remember getting scared a little. I got scared a little. I was like, oh, okay. I just gave it back like that. Then I came back home. I went into full-scale depression. Why I went into full-scale depression was that when I did not think about buying twice a $450 watch, I didn't even think. I just bought it. I just pack it up. That's it. No discussion, no bargaining, nothing. Straight away, pack it up. She showed the warranty card. I was like, yeah, okay. Just pack it up beautifully and give it to me. No questions asked. 8,000 when I heard, I started hyperventilating. I did not like it even a bit. Started taking tuitions. For 9th and 10th standard students. Started saving money. And because me being me, 8,000 where I got scared, I went and bought an 18,000 rupees watch after saving money. Double of it. Or more than double of it. Just so that I shouldn't get scared again. I shouldn't get scared. I'm not telling that I want to buy a 1 crore rupee watch. But no, the fact that looking at 8,000 I got scared, I did not like it. But that is the reason why I keep telling you, after the first attempt especially, get into one or the other job. Because 90% of whatever depression, this sadness you're going through, it is only because you don't have financial confidence. Sanju, to be very honest, I still am an aspirant. To be very honest. I still prepare all my PPTs. None of the PPT here is prepared by any assistant. I don't have any assistants when it comes to my PPT or my content. My content is mine. Just like how I prepare for used to prepare for UPSC, like that I used to do it. And yeah, the fifth mistake was with every failed attempt, which is the blunder again. What you should have done is only revision. I should have only done that. Revise the same thing again and again. Not writing material after material, prepare after prepare. So when you keep doing that, what happens is you end up developing notes. So I ended up, by the end of it, I was happy. History is 3 big notes. Very big, fat notebooks. Handwritten again. Polities notes. Societies notes. All these big, fat notebooks I was having. That was the reality. Ended up preparing so much. Getting the picture here. So all this kept on happening. What happened? My knowledge level kept on increasing. That is, holistic knowledge started increasing, which was not needed for this exam. This exam doesn't require that level of reading or that level of in-depth analysis. So, 6. Ignored PYQs. As fear kept on increasing, confidence kept on decreasing, What will you do? You will go for wider and wider reading. You will not see the, okay, what should I do here? What shouldn't, like, okay, what are the minimum things to do? Getting the point. So much so that you start overthinking when you see certain questions. UPSC will not ask such an easy question. No, UPSC will not ask. If the question has come like this, then maybe this is the answer. Overthinking has made me lose at least 5 to 10 questions in prelims again. These are the reasons why I didn't clear. What I should have really done was, especially after my 2016 attempt, where I went till the interview and I missed it by 19 marks alone. I was totally down. Totally down means I did not feel pain, hunger, nothing for 2-3 weeks at a stretch. No pain, no emotion. I just went blank. Because when I saw the result and I was like, are you serious? 19 marks, not in the list? That was the thought. What I should have really done was taken a break. Went on with life. Got into teaching full swing. 1 or 2 years later, then give an attempt again. One proper attempt finally. That is what I should have done. Something non-UPSC I should have done. Which again I didn't do because I was like, no, we cannot waste years like that because question paper will become tougher and tougher later. Mentally, when you are not strong, there is no point in giving any exam. The simple thing I should have done. Took a break, entered into teaching. Finally, that would have solved the problem. Somebody please block YouTube, man. Why will this guy come and irritate everybody? What other question? Doing PhD center to prepare. I am feeling like traveling on 2 boats and unable to manage. Do your PhD well. Shivangi, those details I don't have. No AI can replace civil servants. By writing answers, Ujjwal. '28 if you're targeting, then go for Pinnacle 2027. That would be better. My age is 38, Anshika. I may not look like it because I don't drink, I don't smoke, but my age is 38. Even if UPSC comes with an attempt now, I don't think my wife will be ready for it. She'll probably break my hands and legs and put me in the bed. Love you too, Babar. Paramanandam, Sanju. Good night, Kamal. Aditya Reddy, please focus on your 11th and 12th. Vasundhara Nandigam, I did join Kerala Administrative Service. I did write it. I had even secured a rank in the supplementary list. But then we went into this long legal battle where we won the case in the State Administrative Tribunal. But then we did not get a positive verdict either from the High Court or from the Supreme Court, where they gave very bland reasons. They did not even look into the merits of the case. Straight away, they just gave one ruling. We are not going to interfere in matters of the executive. What I know is when I go through all my experiences with exams, be it RBI Grade B, IB, SSC CGL, Kerala Administrative Service or UPSC, it was almost like something was stopping, like just at the doorstep, something was stopping me, pushing me away from getting into the job. SSC CGL, at least if it would have worked properly, if there was no cheating that year, I would have easily got into NIA or CBI as inspector. NIA or CBI, if I would have gotten, means there is no way, by no stretch of imagination, I would have left the job. I would have just continued in it. I know I can rock it. I know it very well. But then that also missed out because that year maximum number of people entered the rank list by through unscrupulous means, which was observed even by the Supreme Court. So for the marks that I secured, I couldn't secure an inspector rank or an inspector posting by speaking it. Google the words. Google the words, find out its meaning. Excuse? What excuse? If the schools are not having proper infrastructure, it should be shut down. Simple as it is. Pathshala, how to... I am too much break in race. I am unable to go NDA. Go NDA. You don't go to NDA. You prepare for NDA. Rocking Rishi, please go visit the question papers and then you will understand whether CDS is as the same as UPSC or not. Rishur. My Telegram channel, I've purposefully kept it under... yeah. Search it this way. You will find it. Asmita Mukherjee, how to control overthinking. See, basically keep your life very busy, people. Now, for me, at least, I know one thing. I'm busy 7 days a week. I'm happy about it. My family is not. But I am happy because I don't have time for nonsense. I don't have time for overthinking. I don't have time to compare my life with anybody else or compare their life with mine. I'm just too busy. Now, once this is over, I need to sit and prepare for tomorrow's classes. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. onwards, classes will be starting at the offline center in Bangalore. I'll be teaching polity and governance there. So that is starting. Then afternoon, I have Pabad class. Evening, I have Pinnacle batch. So my days are like totally designed and worked out, at least for the next couple of weeks or months. So I'm happy about it. I'm too tired. I get too tired. That is there. But I'm happy to be tired doing my job rather than getting tired because of overthinking. If you're having time to overthink, if you're having time for nonsense, it only means you're not utilizing your time well. I agree, Lucifer Gaming World. There are many other factors. Luck is also a factor here. Not at all denied. Luck is a factor everywhere. But sometimes today what I feel is, yes, if I would have been a civil servant, maybe I would have been doing my job, maybe within a state or within a district. But today, I am happy over the fact that I have students everywhere in all the parts of this country. I mean, from Jammu and Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. I can, dawe ke saath I can say, there is at least one student in every state. I know there is one student even in Lakshadweep Islands. Andaman and Nicobar, nobody has contacted me so far. So that is the reality. Maybe this wouldn't have been possible if I was working as a civil servant. And for my short-temperedness, my attitude, I wouldn't have survived beyond 2-3 years. Probably I would have thrown away the job and I would have come out. Still, I would have ended up in teaching. That is what I feel. But yeah, that longing is always there. Not able to wear the uniform, that is always there. That I will take it to my grave. That feeling of not getting it, I will take it to my grave. That is all that is there. Not that I will ask my son to do it or something. Spends few hours for it. What JE aspirants, what advice you want from me? Revise your PYQs. That's it. Visit the PYQs of last 5 years. See which are the frequently asked topics. Study them. Don't take notes, Priya. Read the newspaper, the headings, the facts, the data. Wait for the monthly current affair compilation. Read those repeatedly. You want to take down notes or something, write it because it was a PYQ. That is when you practice PYQs instead. You see a previous year question, what do you do is you write the answer according to the data what is given in newspaper. So search for the content from online. Any PYQ you're going to write, search the content from online and write it down. That is the way to go about. Love you too, Ankit. Loyumba Moirangam. Glad to know you're from Manipur. If you are in class 10, what should I do? You should focus on your studies. No, Anshul, I'm not a outdoor person. I don't like to travel. I don't like to go out and meet friends. I don't have that many friends also. My friend circles can be counted in fingers. I mean, it is pretty much normal, right? When you don't drink, don't smoke, you won't have a very big company around you. I like to spend time with myself. That's it. I'm an introvert. Focus on class 10th. Yeah, we can wind up, Vinoba. I have only the utmost sympathy for our girls here because they don't have that choice. Boys, if you don't clear the exam, nobody will even look at you twice. Girls, unfortunately, if within the first two attempts, if you don't clear the exam, then definitely marriage will be on the cards. Can't help it. This is Indian society. So, unfortunately, to all the girls out there, if your first attempt doesn't work out, please start preparing for other exams and get into a job. Because once you have a job, at least you get some leverage to delay your marriage till you find somebody reasonable. And when you have a better job, you also have a better bargaining power to decide whom you want to marry. Marine engineer, BTech, marine engineering from Kunyali Marakar School of Marine Engineering, QSAT. Manigyan, please spend 3 or 4 hours every day. See, don't give too much of respect to UPSC. All it requires is minimum preparation. Prepare the conventional subjects n number of times, and that's about it. Nothing more than that. Prepare the same subjects again and again and again. Read it again and again and again. Visit the PYQs. That's all that is there to it. Whoever wrote that point there in your college, 4 out of 5 marks, 4 pages you have to write, etc. Listen, UPSC is not going to give, UPSC will give you only 3 pages to write. Please understand. 15 marks, maximum 3.5 pages or 4 pages will come. That much of space is only provided. There is no extra additional sheet and all. You have to write your content within the space. Because from the next page onwards, the next question will start. It's a question, come, answer booklet. With the question, then below you have to write the answer in the space given. You spend too much of time writing, filling these space pages, you will end up missing out on the last few questions. Because 250 marks, you have to write it in 3 hours, which is not a joke. Some other day, Sai Ganesh, clear your exam and come. Take care, people. Let's call it a day.